We've got some exciting new developments that I want to share with you. This is going to be a super quick video, and I'll have a little bit of a teaser at the end to talk about something in the future. First off, I want to let you guys know we now have a Discord channel. There's a link in the bottom. You've got players chat and narrators chat. Players, feel free to jump in there. We don't have anybody yet because they're all narrators so far. But come in there. Stay out of the narrators chat, players, if you don't want to see any spoilers, story information, game mechanics, stuff like that. But you want to talk about what your character's doing, get some ideas, stuff, that's a perfect place to do it. Narrators, check out the narrators chat. We've had a really good, lively discussion already. And so there's a link down there, completely open. Just join and start talking to us. Share your ideas with what you're doing in your Ptolus campaigns. You'll get to see what we're doing. And one of my favorite things to talk about here is this new place that we have on the website called Homebrew Area. So if you go to the DM's reference and then click on Homebrew, you're going to see a whole bunch of content in here. This represents a few different things. First off, you will run across some Monte Cook Games copyrighted material in here. For example, the NPC Dora Macy. Now, what makes it homebrew and why it's listed in this category is because this NPC did not have any character artwork or really anything fleshed out about her. So what I've done is I found the artwork, I added maybe a little bit of personality and stuff like that, and so that's what puts it into the homebrew category. We also have Grandspire Holdings. This is a brand new real estate lender that we made up for our Ptolus game. We've got graphics to go with it. We've got NPCs that go inside of it, so you're more than welcome to use that in your own game. There's more and more stuff. Just scroll down through here and check out what's available. Also, this is what I'm really excited about. We have our first crowd submission. So the user, Gray Lion, who you can actually find in the Discord channel, created these new gods called the Sisters of Death. And he wrote all of this and created the artwork and everything, and that's been now shared on the website. I would love to see more of this. My dream is for the ptol.us website to become kind of like the Obsidian portal just for Ptolus. Maybe we add some play-by-post games on here eventually, but especially I would love it if you all would submit any homebrew content that you have. That can be locations that you've made up, that can be character artwork, even your own characters. It could also be NPCs that you've created, anything. Jump onto the Discord, talk to us about it, fill out the contact form on the website, and let me know what you're thinking. We can get it added to the website. We'll probably even at some point make a map on here that just shows homebrew locations. But I could see this becoming a phenomenal resource, and that's what I had in my dreams when I first created this for you all playing in Ptolus and trying to run the game of Ptolus, having all this extra content, random happenings, all kinds of stuff like that, that would make your job of running this game easier. One cool thing I want to reference that I've never talked about here before is this random encounters list. This is actually made up by Monte Cook Games. This is in the actual Ptolus book. I made it on here to be mobile friendly and super easy to reference. This is a list of 317 random encounter stuff. This doesn't have to be something that your players actually interact with, but I use this all the time when my players are traveling from one place to the other to give me some idea of what might be going on in the street, what they might encounter. They have this really cool encounter matrix, so if you want to see like what's happening specifically in Old Town, they've narrowed it down where you can roll a D100 and then come over here and reference it. A lot of times I will use Google or whatever and say, give me a random number between 1 and 317, and then I'll just roll with it. And it's been really fun because it gives a lot more of that dynamic feel to the city of Ptolus. There's so much stuff going on. When they're going from place to place, they're not the only ones on the road. They might not even be the weirdest ones on the road, right? There's other adventurers, there's strange races, there's stuff flying overhead, there's stuff happening beneath their feet. This is a great way to give you some of those extra creative juices. Just like my players just went from Midtown and Delaware Square up into a place in Old Town, I rolled on this matrix and I just mentioned something that was happening as they drove by in a chariot. That's some really fun stuff just to remind your player characters that they're just one piece in this huge cog that is Ptolus. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is just a hint at something that I'm planning on doing. I would like to start doing maybe some campaign diaries for the game that I've been running since 2017. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments about this, if you're interested in this, if you're not. But I kind of just teased this is how we started in one of the earlier videos, but I think it would be potentially helpful to you folks that are trying to run a Ptolus game to know what my characters have done so far, maybe some of the plot lines that are going on, and kind of the way that we're interacting with the world and what we're doing. I did another video on the adventure modules that we're using, all published by Monty Cook Games with the exception of one piece that I used. And so I'll tell you kind of how we went through that, how we used it, some of the things that I wish I would have done differently, some of the things that I think could have been better, and stuff like that to make your job of running those things easier. And as always, I love to hear your feedback. Please leave comments in the YouTube algorithm, leave comments on there for the YouTube algorithm to let them know that, hey, there's an active community here. But also jump over onto the Discord channel and let us know what's going on. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm really active on there as well. But I hope all of your dice come up 20s unless you're fighting against your players, and then maybe you should roll worse. That's neither here nor there. Thank you so much for everybody on the channel, and I hope we just keep growing this awesome Ptolus community to make your jobs much easier running the game and a lot more fun playing it. Everybody have a great day.